Good morning, good people. Good morning. Whew. So today's movie is Slumberland. Now, this is on Netflix and it came out somewhere around 2022. It's a little fantasy. I like little stuff like that as well. So basically, it starts out with a little girl and her father, and they live in a lighthouse. All right, and he has to go out and help ships do such and such. So he tells his daughter a dream. I'm sorry, he tells his daughter a story. And as he's telling her a story, you see all these dark clouds come up, and only she sees it. Her father doesn't see it, So, but once the dad gets done with the story, the dark clouds go away. So the story progresses on, and they're doing this type of thing daily. One evening, the father has to go out because he got a radio call that a ship is lost at sea, and he's got to go out and help them get to the lighthouse. And he tells her, you know what to do. She knows to run to turn on, I guess, the big spotlight in the lighthouse, and then lock up and get into bed and wait for him to come home. Spoiler alert, only he doesn't. Okay, he doesn't come home. So the neighbors that they have on this island come and tell her, your father's no longer here. Then next thing you know, the movie changes to the funeral, and they're funeralizing him at the sea because that's where his life was. So it's just her, the neighbor lady, and some other guy. And then all of a sudden you hear a phone ring right in the middle of the ceremony, and you turn around, and the lady says to her, that's him. So that's her uncle that's coming to get her. He comes and gets her, and he takes her to the city. Okay? Excuse me, my allergies are bothering me this morning. So he takes her to the city, and sorry. He takes her to the city, and she, has to go to school for the first time because her father homeschooled her and everything. So she had to go to school for the first time. So as she goes, adjust to her uncle, she starts having these dreams at night when she's home going to bed. The first dream she has, she sees this guy, and it's Jason Momoa, and he is dressed up in a costume or whatever, and he entertains her in this dream. So come to find out, the dream is Slumberland. Okay, so she every night now she looks forward to going to this dream because she wants to see this character. He's got horns coming out, big goofy suit, feet, everything, and he's fun. So she's looking forward to seeing this character. So as the dream progresses on, you find out Jason Momoa himself is trying to get to the Sea of Nightmares because he's trying to get the white pearl. And he tells her, I need the map. I know your father, and your father and I used to come to Slumberland all the time, and we had a map, and we're trying to get to the Sea of Nightmares so we can get that crystal. So she knows, she doesn't know where the map is, but as she goes home, oh, and I forgot, she had a stuffed animal. I'm just gonna call him Piggy because I forget what his name was. But when she was in Slumberland, he came alive, of course. So when she gets home, they're kind of in Slumberland, and the piggy is the one that finds the map for her. And it was in her box of stuff that her dad had that they, sent to her. So the next time she goes into the dream, whatever I guess she has in her backpack when she goes to the dream, that's what comes with her. And she tells him he has the map. So what they're doing is they're using the map to try to find the Sea of Nightmares. But in order to find that, you got to go through one dream to another. So you're jumping in and out of people's dreams. So they're in one lady's dream, and she wants to be a dancer, and she's dancing, and they jump into another person's dream, and it's a little boy driving a Big Mac truck, little stuff like that. But they're being chased in a dream by the dream catchers. I think that's they're actually the dream police, because you're not supposed to be in other people's dreams. Okay, if you're not there in your own dream only, you're not supposed to be in other people's dreams. And this guy has been in this dream world for so long that they know he's not his only dream, because he's jumping in and out of other people's dreams. So to make a long story short, they each night they're jumping in and out of people's dreams just so they can find and see a nightmare. The cops catch him and throw him in jail. He can't get out of this jail, and neither can she. So the lady leaves her there, and then the lady comes back the next day and she says, well, since you're new, and she takes her out and she says, you need to wake up and you need to stay in your own dreams, and we have a dream prepared for you. She said, no, I need the pearl so I can find my father, because the guy told her, if you find the pearl will grant you any wish that you want. So the lady's like, no, we gave you the dream. It's unrealistic that you're going to see your father again because he's gone, you know. So she lets her go. She comes out of dream world, and she's trying to she's trying to be regular. She's trying, but she remembers that her uncle, he's a I don't know if he's a locksmith. He has a bunch of locks, and he works and he sells locks to doors and locks to everything. So she asked him if she can borrow one of his lock kits, and he says yes, because he's so excited that she's showing interest in his lock kit. Because the uncle is so boring. He's boring. He does nothing. He doesn't leave the house. He doesn't have any friends. He only leaves the house to take her to school and pick her up, but that's it. He works from home every day. So she takes the locks, and she finds a place in school to sleep. She wrote a note and said she was going to be on vacation for 2 weeks, sends it to the school, and then has her uncle drop her off at school. She goes down in the basement and she goes to sleep on this bed she made. So anyway, she takes the locks with her and she busts him out of jail. When she busts him out of jail, they get out of there. They have to fight their way out, but they end up getting out. And she gets to they get to the dock, and her uncle in real life let her know that him and her father used to go to Slumberland every night. And one day her father met her mother and decided that he wanted to go on real adventures. He didn't want to do any more adventures in Dreamland. He wanted to do adventures in real life. So he stopped coming to Slumberland. So then, the uncle was really courageous. So the uncle, he's like, whatever. So when you coming back to back up present, we're at the dock, and the little girl is putting two and two together. She says to the guy, you're my uncle. And he's like, because he forgot who he was. He's been in Dreamland so long, he forgot who he was. And he's like, no, I'm not. She's like, yes, you are. That's the only way you can know my father. And trying to explain, if you would just wake up, you could be like my father and raise me, and we could be okay. And he goes, no, I want to be a pirate or something. I want to be a rebel or something. He says he wants to be a rebel to continue to do what he's doing now. No, I don't want to be a lock salesman or something, he says. So anyway, she says, fine, I'll go by myself. He leaves. She goes to the Sea of Nightmares by herself. She does find the pearl. The piggy has sucked up one, and she saw one in her hand. Make a long story short, the uncle gets over his fear because that night that she goes to the Sea of Nightmares, she gets the pearl, but the storm's really bad. The ship board or whatever it's called knocks her out. I don't know how, because this girl has been traveling this way since she was a little girl. So I don't know how she can make a rookie mistake that's somebody who's never done it before. But anyway, she does. She's knocked out cold. She's about to fall into the water. The uncle gets over his fear because he really loves her. He doesn't know where she is. He finds out that she's there. She calls the neighbor lady. He's on another ship to come where she is. When they get close to the boat, he sees the boat, but he doesn't see her. They're like, we're almost there. He jumps and he swims. And as he's swimming to her, of course, she falls over the boat into the water. He saves her. As she's in this I guess she's dead in between life and death, she sees her father. And she tells him that she wants to stay with him, and he tells her that she can't stay with him because she has too much life to live and everything. So as she is coming to, he's telling her she has to go. So she kisses him, hugs him, whatever, and then she wakes up. And the uncle's there, you know, and, you know, life is well. So the uncle, I guess, comes to the realization, back up. Right before this happens, where she gets knocked out on the boat, she sees him, and there at the dock, she goes and gets what she wants to get. They meet up again or something or another, and they're running. No, right before she gets to the Sea of Forgetfulness, I'm getting a little bit mixed up, but right before she gets to the Sea of Forgetfulness, before they get to the dock, they are running. He doesn't want to go with her to the dock. She leaves. Another day they meet up or something, and she has the pearl, and they're running from their last dream to get to the sea to go out for her to go home. She has the pearl. Okay, I'm sorry. So this is after she gets the pearl. She doesn't get knocked out yet on the sea. After she gets the pearl from the Sea of Forgetfulness, okay, she makes it out of there, and she tells him that she has it. They are running from their last dream to do something, for her to go home, I think. And she's trying to get him to come with her. And he doesn't want, he's following her. They're running. And the nightmares come. And the nightmares have been following her all along. So the nightmares are coming, and she drops the pearl. He is trying to run her to get into this room to get away from the nightmares. She says, I dropped the pearl. He runs back to get the pearl. As he's getting the pearl and he's running to her, the nightmares catch him. He throws the pearl to her. She uses her one wish to wake him up. She wakes him up. Then she goes through the door. The night catcher, the dream catcher, the police, catches her and tells her, I believe your piggy has a gift for you. And she doesn't arrest her. She's like, I believe he has a gift for you. She hits his stomach and he has another pearl. And then she wakes up. And now she's with her uncle. He's more jovial now because he remembers he had got lost in the dreams, and somehow he got detached from the dream world. Then he was this boring man, and then somehow he's good. But anyway, it's a good movie. I mean, you know, I like a little magical stuff and stuff like that. So I enjoyed it while I was watching. I'm sorry I got a little confused. I watched it a couple weeks ago and didn't stream it, didn't tell you about it. So, but it's a good movie. You got to check it out. Slumberland on Netflix. Bye-bye.